A new report has found an alarming statistic about Canadians and their finances. The numbers show fewer than one-third of Canadians have an emergency savings at all. Here to tell us more about why this can be so damaging and how employers can help is Jessica Moorhouse. She is a personal finance expert and author of Everything But Money. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Okay, that's quite an alarming statistic. One-third of Canadians have no emergency savings funds. What are the immediate dangers you face when you don't have that kind of safety net?
Yeah, that's a concerning stat. Another concerning one is that over half of Canadians lack an adequately funded account. So, the Canadians that do have an emergency fund, they may still not have enough money in there to really make a big impact. And so, when you don't have any emergency savings, when an emergency happens, and we all know it can happen at any time, your car breaks down, you lose your job, your pet gets sick. Well, where's that money going to come from? You have to pay for those things. And so that's usually when people rely on credit. First, they probably go to the credit card, which can be a really high interest rate, say 19, 20%, or a line of credit. And, if they are lacking a good credit or access to credit, then they may even result to things like payday loans, which are the most expensive forms of credit.
And there's also new data that suggests this does not only impact the individual, but it can also have an impact on workplaces and employers too.
Correct. So, there's a bunch of research and a white paper that came out through the National Payroll Institute and Canada's Financial Wellness Lab, who are kind of trying to get the word out about this. But, this isn't just bad for Canadians, but it's also bad for employers. 51% of employees admit to spending work hours worrying about money, and 6% of employees spend more than 90 minutes per day preoccupied with personal finance. So this distraction at the workplace because of maybe a lack of emergency savings or having to then use credit and then figure that out. It actually translates to almost $70 billion in lost productivity annually for businesses. So this isn't just, affecting individuals, it's affecting pretty much everybody.
Wow. And what is the potential solution to this in your view?
Yeah, so there's a very simple solution, and that's what the Payroll Institute and the Financial Wellness Lab are trying to kind of promote through their white paper, is this idea of the emergency savings accounts, ESAs, through automatic payroll deductions. Now, this currently is something that you as an individual, if you're an employee working for a company and there's a payroll, and 85% of workers are payrolled employees, you can ask your payroll department, can you set up a situation where you take a percentage off my, deduct a percentage of my payroll, and make it go to one of my savings accounts. Most people don't do this because they have no idea that you could even do this or how to set it up, but it is possible. And what they are instead trying to enact is to set this up so it's automatic. Now, this already exists in places like the UK and US, and there's been lots of data to show how successful it is. If it's more of an opt-out than an opt-in. If you give people the option of like, oh, do you want to participate? They may I'll think about it later, and then they never sign up. Just like, for example, like a group RRSP, and people never sign up, and they're leaving money on the table. If we create a program where it's, well, you can opt out if you don't want to participate, then you're automatically enrolled, then you start saving automatically. It's still your money. It's going into an account that you have access to. You own it. But, this is just, clear behavioral finance, the pay yourself first method rather. And it's very effective. And I think it's a really simple solution to get people to have those emergency funds that they aren't currently saving.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Jessica.
Thank you.